And welcome back to my vlog. I was going to wait for the heat pump thingy over there to shut off its noise, but it's starting to rain, so I want to knock this out before it rains. I might not make it. The Greatest Thing in the World by Henry Drummond, Part 2. 1. The contrast. Paul begins by contrasting love with other things that men in those days thought much of. I shall not attempt to go over these things in detail. Their inferiority is already obvious. He contrasts it with eloquence. And what a noble gift it is, the power of playing upon the souls and wills of men and rousing them to lofty purpose and holy deeds. Paul says, "If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am become sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal." We all know why. We have all felt the brazenness of words without emotion, the hollowness, the unaccountable unpersuasiveness of eloquence behind which lies no love. He contrasts it with prophecy. He contrasts it with mysteries. He contrasts it with faith. He contrasts it with charity. Why is love greater than faith? Because the end is greater than the means. And why is it greater than charity? Because the whole is greater than the part. Love is greater than faith because the end is greater than the means. What is the use of having faith? It is to connect the soul with God. And what is the object of connecting man with God? That he may become like God. But God is love. Hence faith, the means, is in order to love the end. Love, therefore, obviously is greater than faith. If I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. Thank you, heat pump, for shutting off. It is greater than charity, again, because the whole is greater than a part. Charity is only a little bit of love, one of the innumerable avenues of love, and there may even be, and there is, a great deal of charity without love. It is a very easy thing to toss a copper to a beggar on the street. It is generally an easier thing than not to do it. Yet love is just as often in the withholding. We purchase relief from the sympathetic feelings roused by the spectacle of misery at the copper's cost. It is too cheap for us and often too dear for the beggar. If we really loved him, we would either do more for him or less. Hence, if I bestow all my goods to feed the poor but have not love, it profiteth me nothing. Then Paul contrasts it with sacrifice and martyrdom. If I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profiteth me nothing. Missionaries can take nothing greater to the heathen world than the impress and reflection of the love of God upon their own character. That is the universal language. It will take them years to speak in Chinese or in the dialects of India. From the day they land, that language of love, understood by all, will be pouring forth its unconscious eloquence. It is the man who is the missionary. It is not his words. His character is his message. In the heart of Africa, among the Great Lakes, I have come across black men and women who remembered the only white men they ever saw before, David Livingstone. And as you cross his footsteps in that dark continent, men's faces light up as they speak of the kind doctor who passed there years ago. They could not understand him, but they felt the love that beat in his heart. They knew that it was love, although he spoke no word. Take into your sphere of labor, where you also mean to lay down your life, that simple charm, and your life work must succeed. You can take nothing greater. You need take nothing less. You may take every accomplishment. You may be braced for every sacrifice, but if you give your body to be burned and have not love, it will profit you and the cause of Christ nothing. 2. The analysis. After contrasting love with these things, Paul, in 3 verses, very short, gives us an amazing analysis of what this supreme thing is. I ask you to look at it. It is a compound thing, he tells us. It is like light. As you have seen a man of science take a beam of light and pass it through a crystal prism, as you have seen it come out on the other side of the prism broken up into its component colors, red and blue and yellow and violet and orange, and all the colors of the rainbow, so Paul passes this thing, love, through the magnificent prism of his inspired intellect, and it comes out on the other side broken up into its elements. In these few words, we have what one might call the spectrum of love, the analysis of love. Will you observe what its elements are? Will you notice that they have common names, that they are virtues which we hear about every day, that they are things which can be practiced by every man in every place in life, and how, by a multitude of small things and ordinary virtues, the supreme thing, the summum bonum, is made up? The spectrum of love has 9 ingredients. Patience, love suffereth long. Kindness, and is kind. Generosity, love envieth not. Humility, love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. Courtesy, doth not behave itself unseemly. Unselfishness, seeketh not its own. Good temper, is not provoked. Guilelessness, taketh not account of evil. Sincerity, rejoiceth not in unrighteousness, but rejoiceth with the truth. Patience, kindness, generosity, humility, courtesy, unselfishness, good temper, guilelessness, sincerity. These make up the supreme gift, the stature of the perfect man. You will observe that all are in relation to men, in relation to life, in relation to the known today and the near tomorrow, and not to the unknown eternity. We hear much of love to God. Christ spoke much of love to man. We make a great deal of peace with heaven. Christ made much of peace on earth. Religion is not a strange or added thing, but the inspiration of the secular life, the breathing of an eternal spirit through this temporal world. The supreme thing, in short, is not a thing at all, but the giving of a further finish to the multitudinous words and acts which make up the sum of every common day. And that's the end of that part. More tomorrow. Make it a great day, and bye for now.